What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of VPN Chat. Our next guest here. Now, you've seen her on some VPN projects, but you most recently saw her on Tyler Perry's Assisted Living. Let's give it up for actress Erinn Marie. How you doing today, Erinn?
I'm good. How you doing? I love the little intro. It was cute. I like that. I like that. I'm here
Yeah.
for it.
Yes.
Make me sound like somebody. I'm here for it.
You are somebody. What you talking about?
Amen. You're right. You're right.
Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining me today. I definitely appreciate it. I want to get started with you as far as your beginning into the creative space. What inspired you to want to become an actress?
Um, it was probably something that's been in my heart since I was a kid, but at the time in Atlanta wasn't a place I'm born and raised in Atlanta. Let me say that first off. And the there wasn't much going on here at the time. I remember, ironically, I was an extra. I guess this is gonna tell how old I am, but I was an extra on Remember the Titans as a kid, and I remember just the feeling of it, and I was like, "This is cool," but it never happened again. So I was like, "Well, that was a cool experience," and that was it. But I left Atlanta for Jacksonville, Florida, while I was still in high school. But then when I came back to Atlanta, I just started to surround myself with some people from my church that were my age, and they just also happened to be in the industry some kind of way. And we both know Quincy.
Mm-hmm.
And I overheard him discussing a short film he was filming after church one day, and I asked if I could help, and he was like, "Yeah, you can be a PA." I had no idea what that was, and so he just told me where to be. I showed up, and I I remember driving home that day, and I had been there for 13 hours, and I didn't feel like I was there that long. So that got me. I was like, oh well, I can keep doing this. This is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like I said, when I tell people that want to get involved in the industry, I'm like, be prepared for a lot of long hours. It's not just people see the glamour of it all, but it's a lot of long hours. It's a lot of hurry up and wait. It's a lot of that. So it's like you got to be prepared to really put in the work and really be determined to focus on if this is your passion, something you want to do, then no matter what happens, you gotta stay with it and keep going. So
Absolutely.
you really saw like the growth of the film industry in Atlanta because you really, like I said, you when you before you didn't really see it,
Yes.
and now actually being from there, living there, you actually saw what it is now, like the development of what it is
Yes.
now. How was that
Yes.
from your perspective?
It was interesting because it was like when I came back, it's like it was waiting on me,
Mm-hmm.
sort of. Because when I left, there was absolutely nothing. And then when I came back, Tyler Perry Studios was happening, and all these other things. And I'm just like, wow, this was here while I was in Jacksonville, because I was in Jacksonville for 11 years. Um, I saw nothing, and then I just saw everything. So I didn't see it like firsthand, but it was just one of those things that's just like, wow. When I came back, it was a completely different Atlanta
Mm,
than the way I grew up.
got you. I want to go back to Remember the Titans. Did you see Denzel?
Yes, I did. So this is a cute story. So I was just in the crowd, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember uh some of the stars that were in Remember the Titans, they had come by and waved and stuff like that. And my favorite movie was Clueless
Okay.
growing up. So
Yeah.
seeing I was like, oh my God, that's Murray, anyway.
Yeah.
But then I remember, I forgot if we had wrapped already or if it was just a break, but I remember a long line, looking because we were in the bleachers. I remember this long line, and then I looked at the end of it and Denzel was there. That was when he used to sign autographs all the time. This was before training day and all of that. So he
Hmm.
still shook hands with people and did autograph and took autographs. And I didn't go because I saw how long the line was, and I knew full well who Denzel was. I think I
Hmm.
might have been 11 because my mom, she we grew up churchy, but um and we couldn't watch any R-rated movies unless either Denzel Washington was in it or Julia Roberts. If those two people were in a movie, my mom was like, "Well, it's gonna be a good movie. We'll make an exception. Don't just close your eyes and close your ears when the bad stuff come up."
Okay.
Anyway, so we were Denzel fans. So I just want to make that clear.
Yeah.
So I saw Denzel. I saw how long the line was. Somebody said, "Do you know who that is?" I said, "Yeah, that's Denzel Washington." They were like, "You're not gonna go down there and get an autograph?" My 11-year-old self looked at them with all the conviction in my heart. I said, "No, I'll see him again when the
Mm.
line ain't that long."
Oh gosh. That's funny. That's funny. Well, the way the trajectory of your career is going, I'm sure you'll definitely get the opportunity to talk to Mr. Washington and work with
I
Mr.
receive
Washington.
it.
Yes,
I received that. I mean, well, I can't let my 11-year-old self down. She was determined. She was real about that thing.
I know, right? And that's for the which scene were you in? Which scene
All
was it?
those crowd scenes at the football
Okay,
stadium cheering. Hmm.
okay, okay,
Hmm.
cool. I tell people, and like I said, I know in the acting world, they try to tell you if you really want to be an actor that you shouldn't do extra stuff. But I tell people all the time, I say, listen, I actually, if it's especially for me, like if it's a show that like I really enjoy, like I'm going to do the extra part because I'll be wanting to see. First of all, I want to see the people, and then second of
Yes,
all, like you really, honestly, that's some of the best like homework, schoolwork that you can get because you can learn so much by being, just being on set. You know,
absolutely. So I would say to your point. So this is what I would, if I could. I don't know if this okay if I give advice a little
yeah,
bit.
yeah. Go ahead,
So
got you.
what I was told with the agent I have now, he just told me on the side, he was like, before I even signed with him, he was like, do extra work, but make sure it's a movie and not shows.
Hmm.
Just because if you're featured, they can't, and if you book it later on and actually get a speaking role, they may not be able to use you again because you were in a completely different situation.
Ah, that's some great
So he
advice. That's some great
so he
advice.
said do that, and then stand in work. I will live by anyone who wants to get better at their craft. Stand in work. You're never on camera, but you're working with DPs all the time. You're knowing where your mark is. A lot of times you get the sides every day. You go over lines. Sometimes you do off camera lines with the actors for real.
Mm.
It's the best. That was my training ground for years.
Nice. But that's some great advice for sure. Yeah, I know. I just know, like, for me, like, so for instance, like, One Tree Hill is like my favorite show, like, my favorite show of all time.
Mhm.
And so they had the opportunity. They was like, we need extras for this scene. Oh, yeah, I'm down. I'm doing it. I'm so
Yeah,
doing
I,
it.
I get you on that.
So I was like, I'm there. But that's some great advice. So I didn't know, as far as that's really good, especially again for people who really their desire is to be an actor.
Mhm.
I think that's some really really great advice. So that y'all definitely lock in on that, for sure. All right, so let's get into the VPN stuff. So again, yes, we
Yes.
met through Quincy,
Yes.
um, and your first project with me was it Sweet Mahogany?
Sweet mahogany. Sweet
Yeah,
mahogany.
Sweet
Yep.
Mahogany was the first project with me. This is when it was a series, and this is funny because again, we're not going to discuss ages here. But you, Erinn, you have, of course, you have this look to where you can still be a teenager, like you can still be in high school. And it was funny because I don't remember exactly how the casting worked or whatever happened. I just know I was like, we ended up using you to be the oldest daughter, in Sweet Mahogany. Of
Hmm.
course, Sweet Mahogany is a racy show, movie, whatever. But again, you play the daughter. You're the daughter of Khalil and Cassie,
Yes.
and you're not too happy with this other girl living with
Other lady.
y'all. You're not too happy with that because like they're acting like this is like a normal family situation.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
from your perspective, what was it like playing this part and like this whole dynamic of this poly relationship?
Honestly, that was at the very beginning of my career. So the first short film was with Quincy on it was called Wounds of Time.
Hmm.
And that was my first IMDb credit. I was just a driver. I had one line. But whenever Quincy referred me to you and you cast me in the show, I was just happy. I was just happy. I was so happy because that was the second thing I'd ever done. And we filmed that in North Carolina. So I remember
Yeah.
just after I read the script and kind of got the gist of it, I was like, oh, okay, well that's what's going on. So okay. Let me let me let me see what I can, and what's to the point of stand-in work, because of my petite frame, I worked well standing in for children.
Okay.
So I had to channel that inner child and how I would feel at 16 if this was happening, you know, in my life. So I
Hmm.
always try to relate it as much as I can to, if this was happening to me, how would I react? What would be my facial expressions? What are my internal feelings about it? So I had to get into that inner child to get there and be like, okay, I'm not with this.
Right.
But
Right.
I have to kind of be respectful at the same time, because you're in a black household, you can get backhanded, so you got to just walk that line.
Yeah. Um. It was like I said. I've always found it interesting when like because you and my really good friend Nicole, she's like again she still has the look of she can still play a teenager. Well, Mitchell, who we'll talk about
Mhm.
later, same thing. Like he
Yes.
still has the look of he
Yeah.
can play a
Yeah.
teenager. I always find it interesting that you guys are able to still you're full on adults, but
Yes.
you're able to still like embody that age. And I've had people come up to me and like ask. I'm like, no, she's an adult. She's a grown woman. Like that's a grown that's a grown woman. You know. Um, Same thing with Mitchell. They're like, I'm like, they're like, how's Mitchell like 18? I said, no, Mitchell's like, oh, I'm not gonna say his age, but Mitchell. I said Mitchell's grown.
Yeah. Right. 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 Yeah. Very, very grown.
Very
Very
grown,
grown people.
very grown people. So, but
Bills come to the house and everything.
right. But yeah, I guess from your character's perspective, what is she thinking like in this scenario? Like, if this were like, and not saying this would happen to Erinn, but I'm just saying like if this were like real life, what is your internal dialogue, well, monologue with yourself like in this situation?
Um, well, again, like I said, I related back to me. So I actually it played well into who I was as a child anyway. I wouldn't say a mouth on me. I would not say that. I would say that I gave my real thoughts about things.
Hmm.
My mom sort of encouraged it, but at the same time, she'd give me that look like, girl. She'll even say it today. She'll be like, "Girl, I'd pop you right now if I was near you for what you just said." but that it just brought me back to that because I would say there were certain things that I didn't agree with that my mom would do, and I'd be like, Mom, why would you do blah 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 such and such? And she'd
Hmm.
be like, Girl, just be quiet. Like you're not supposed to. So it just like I said, really my thought process was, how can I bring this close to home for me? She's in a tough position because she's just been thrown into this world of I have to deal with this two mom situation.
Right.
What do I actually think about it? I'm not going to say anything unless provoked. So I've been
Mm.
thinking I've been thinking I've been thinking about just think give me an opportunity, give me a little sliver, and I'm gonna just slip something in there and see what happens. So that was
That's funny. Um, well, we obviously the show ended up, we did the 2 seasons, then it turned into the movies,
Yes.
then we did the third movie. Um, so in my mind, you and your brother like have nothing to do with your parents in my mind. I feel like
Mm,
I feel like y'all's characters are like, you know, we're not down with it, especially when we get to like the third movie and there's so much
mhm,
shenanigans happening. I feel because we
mhm,
we we did mention y'all in the movie. Basically, y'all are at boarding school. That's where y'all are at
mhm,
throughout this whole
mhm,
thing. And so I feel like this is just me talking, and I'll get your perspective of what you think.
mhm.
I think Elena and Baron are just they want nothing to do with their parents at all. They are emancipated.
I got you. I got you.
They just like, you know what? We not y'all got too much going on. You can't get your own stuff straight. How can you even take care of 2 kids? We just gonna take care of
Yeah.
ourselves. I feel like Elena's like, you know what, Baron? I'm gonna adopt you, and we're gonna keep it moving. And in your
It's
perspective, from your
interesting.
perspective, playing that character, what do you think? Where do you think you and your brother are at right now?
I'm a little concerned with Elena because I feel like she probably was left like to your point, she was probably left to her own way of living. Either she's very responsible or she out here. She
Hmm.
outside.
Yeah.
I could see it going one or two ways. Same thing with Baron too. Like we're either upstanding citizens because we don't want to be like anything like our parents, or we outside.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see
I
that. I can
think
see
there's
that.
one. Yeah,
Um, all
yeah,
right.
yeah.
So we are let's move on to the next project, which is Brotherhood. Um,
Yes.
same situation,
Yes.
same situation. You're playing a teenager. I was like, please, I hope Erin doesn't think I'm trying to typecast her. But that's not the
No.
case. But it's like, yeah, I was like, I need because what happened was the first person who played the part, she was an actual teenager, and she was like, I'm not doing it. She
Mhm.
was like, I'm not doing it no more. And so I was like, okay. So I was like, all right, well, I said, well, Aaron played this part on Sweet Mahogany. Let's see, it should do should do Brotherhood, and you graciously
Yes,
did join in on season 2. You played all the way up until the end of the series.
I
Um,
did.
what was this character's name?
Katie.
Okay, I could not remember. I was like, I was, I
You
was.
you got a lot. You got a lot of projects. Give yourself grace.
I appreciate that. I appreciate
Uh-huh.
that. So yes, you played Katie. You were the oldest daughter. Um, of Walter. Yes, Walter. Because
Hmm.
Quin because Quin
Hmm.
because Quincy is the brother. Yes. Okay. So you're the older
Yes.
daughter. You're the older
Yes.
daughter of Walter. And she's very responsible. She's very smart, very intelligent.
Hmm.
Um, and then she catches the eye of Bad Boy Dub. Um, and
Yes.
they have this up and down type relationship. It starts off with your character has a crush on him, but then it's
Hmm.
like he's taking advantage of that and trying to have his way with her, and she ain't having it. And it's like they have this up and down type of relationship. Um,
Yes.
so talk to me about playing the role of Katie, and just the difference in between playing Elena and then playing Katie.
Elena, I feel like she was somebody who just like I said, I felt like she walked that line a little bit more of being maybe a bad girl or a good girl depending on the situation. I think Katie really was a responsible get like you said, just a responsible uh teenager, and she intended to be about her business. You could tell like she was going to grow up, and she had a focus and plan for her life.
Hmm.
And it was just one of those things where Dub was just that's every girl I believe kind of falls into that category where they just want to know what it's like on the other side sometimes. And
Mm.
that's what makes Dub alluring. Like, I wonder what it is like over there. Like, and then maybe I rub off on him a little bit, he rub off on me a little bit, and we can, it'll be fun.
Hmm.
But I think for her, she was about her. Katie was about her business.
Absolutely. Do you think the death of Katie's mom had a lot to do with how she is, how she's shaped, how she's molded?
I feel like, and I mean, and this is something that I can also attest to my own life. I always say that since I was the oldest, I'm the oldest daughter. Oldest daughters are mother number two, whether they
Mm-hmm.
want to be or not.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that whenever I felt like Katie felt like she had, like I said, the responsibility kicked in. I have to step up and take care of these men in my life, because who else is going to do the things? You
Hmm.
know how she checks on, Uncle Q over there. He laid out in his, like, Uncle Q, you all right? How's everybody doing?
Right.
She kind of fell into that. So I mean, I've felt her wholeheartedly with having that, second mother instinct. So she felt like she had to give the men that woman's perspective, even though she was, a child.
Yeah, I can see
Just
that. Like I
very,
said, yeah, because she has her
yeah.
her Uncle Q, her brother, her little brother,
Mhm.
and now Dub thrown into the situation too. So
Yep.
yeah, I can see that for sure. Um,
Mhm.
so let's talk about the infamous slap because
Yes, the slap.
Miss Erin got really into character. She was like, "Oh, I can't." She's like, "You was so ready to hit him. You were so ready to hit him." And I can see the relief on your face when you finally got to do it. You tore his face up. You you tore his face up. I feel bad for him. I feel horrible for him. So I'm gonna let you have the floor. Talk about your emotions that led up to that. Because again, in this scene, Katie is trying to help Dub with his homework, help him study or whatever, and he's trying to
Yes.
again, he's trying to have his way, and she's not having it, and she keeps saying no and get off me, da da da. But he's just doing the things that he should not be doing. So talk about your
Mhm.
I want you to talk about like uh what you had to do to build up for that scene, and like I said, all the emotion that you put into it, and then we can lead into the slap, because again, that was a very real slap. We felt
It
we felt
was.
we felt the real emotion behind it. So let's just talk about this your journey into that scene.
So, I mean, I know you're saying that I really, really wanted. Leslie, you remember what we talked about off screen. I was actually nervous about that. And
Yes,
you told me to lean into it. You were like,
yes.
and you gave me some other examples. And then I had to have a conversation. Me and Money Mitch had to go to the back and talk about it. He was a good sport who played Dub, and I was like, how you want to? He was like, go ahead and hit me, it's fine. And I was like,
Yeah.
are you sure you want me to hit? He was like, yeah. I mean, yeah, if you feel it, go ahead and do it. But everything so far, I don't mean to be like, a lot of things play into my actual life. I do
Hmm.
not like being called outside my name.
Yeah.
That makes me upset regardless. Call me a B word, I probably would slap you.
Yeah.
Um, I probably would. I can't even hold you on that. So it was I was mad anyway. So I had to just take whatever he said to me. I took it personally.
Hmm.
And that might have been Erinn or Katie there. Either way, a slap happened. And then you got the scene that you saw. It's like I take this as a sign of disrespect, and now I have to defend myself.
Yes, absolutely. I I mean, first of all, let's start off by saying I'm not for the violence. I want to start off
Oh.
why we're saying that. But two, I love that scene. I loved it. I loved every bit of. I loved the scene between you and Mitchell, and I loved when you left and Kim Grant comes on in and
Oh yeah.
she just puts a bow on it.
Yes.
She's like, "What did you do?"
Yes.
I loved it. I loved it. I loved every aspect of it. It was so good. You like I said, you and Mitchell act very well together. Act
Yeah.
very well together.
Yeah.
Mitchell's definitely a method actor,
He is.
1000%.
He is.
So yeah, he's a definitely all in type of guy. So
Hmm.
which honestly can be good in most cases because again, you as an actor, it makes you feel comfortable when somebody's like, okay, no, just let's just
Yeah, just do
if you
it.
feel it, go with it, so that way we can make the
Hmm.
scene believable. So that's dope. Like I said, everything really came off really well in that scene, and that slap was very heard. Um, for, for sure. I think it's a tie between you and another actress that I work with. I don't know that has the heaviest slaps.
Oh
Well,
God. I don't know if I should be honored. I don't know what to say about that. we, we
um,
we get a VPN award for
the
the
VPN
best
award.
slap. We get nominated or
What a
something.
trophy. Yeah, I'm gonna use this for temporary VPN reward for the
Hey,
slap, for the hardest slap.
hey. I don't know if you thank your mom for that or what you need to do. I don't know who you thank for that.
You think genetics and you thank God, I guess. I mean, um, so the last season, we saw
Mm,
the demise of Dub. Um,
yep.
what were your thoughts on that?
Uh, torn. I would say I think with Katie, she wants to she wants to be she wants to help people progress.
Hmm.
She wants to see people progress. I think that was part of the reason why also she kept dealing with Dub. She thought he'd do better. And as the character Katie, it was kind of like, dang man, like you had chance after chance after chance to do right, and you had a positive influence like Katie in your life. Why can't you turn your life around? But
Hmm.
when I looking at it from a viewer's perspective, it was like, well, it was kind of inevitable. um who he surrounded himself with, he just did not want to do better.
Hmm.
And so I was like, well, it's heartbreaking but fitting.
Yeah.
Hate to say it that way. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and reveal this to you, and I told Mitchell this is not possible.
Oh.
Um, Mitchell was like, "Well, I think Dub like lives on because Katie has his baby," and I'm like, How? They did not have any type
They
of
didn't have
they
sex.
didn't have intercourse at all.
No.
How? I'm sure she's
What?
not gonna she's not gonna sleep with a spirit.
No.
So I don't know how that's going to work.
He's he got some deleted scenes. What you showed him some deleted director's cut? How did
He
that
must have.
happen?
I don't know. I don't know what director did it. It wasn't me. So
Mitchell, please.
he's and it's funny because every like I think I saw him recently. I did see him recently. I saw him in LA when he was in, when I was in LA because he lives there now.
Hmm.
And I think he brought it up then too. I was like, Mitchell, no, let it alone.
Their last interaction didn't give we
No,
had a baby. No.
no, it did not. It did not.
No. Katie was done with him by then.
Very done, completely done. I
Hmm.
think the slap says it all. I mean,
Correct.
right, I mean, even um, like I said, even in all that, I mean, she of course she still was mourning because that is somebody that she cared about, and like you
Hmm.
said to your point, I think Katie she sees the best in people and she wants the best
Yes.
for people, and so it's like she's like, dang, like I really wanted you to like you said, I really want you to turn your life around and really be the best that you could be. Do you think that Katie will carry this guilt? And just speaking as the character, do you think Katie could carry this guilt with her?
I believe so. I think it could turn her to want to maybe help, like I could see her wanting to maybe get a degree, be a therapist or something like that, or be
Mm,
someone that helps troubled youth. I
yeah.
can see her really trying to give back in that way. Like I want to I feel like I need to do this gives me more purpose now or something. I think that's really what it would do more than anything. I don't know necessarily guilt, but I feel like it'll drive her to want to do something
Mm.
with her life in that direction. She may have wanted to do something different before then, but now she really wants to take on, black men dealing with mental health issues and going down a bad path. I could see her doing that.
Okay. That's very good. I like that. I like that for sure. All right,
Mhm.
so I want to talk to you about your latest role on Tyler Perry's Assisted Living.
Yes.
Yes. First of all, I want to say congratulations once again. I told you, of course,
Thank you.
when you first announced, but on camera, I want to say congratulations to you. That is such a
Thank you so
huge
much.
moment for you. First of all, for people who haven't seen it, can you talk to us about your character, who
Sure.
you played, and all that good stuff?
Sure. So my character's name is Lisa, and there's a series regular character. His name is Reginald on the show, and he goes by his name is Reginald, but they call him Judge Junie because he's a retired judge.
Okay.
And he's if you don't know the premise of the show, it's about an assisted living facility with the infamous Mr. Brown and Cora. Um, and J. Anthony Brown is in the show as well. And he runs an assisted living facility with his grandson and Mr. Brown. All of them co-own it. And Reginald is one of the guests that's in the assisted living facility. And Reginald is has an estranged relationship with his son. And the episode really there's seasons leading up to it where he talks about his son and about them not speaking much. But the way our characters are introduced is the opening of the episode, all of the people a part of Pleasant Days assisted living facility, they're receiving mail from from their loved ones, their, daughters, their, sons and stuff. And Reginald asked, was there any mail for me? He said that he wrote his son and he hadn't gotten a response. And they say, well, unfortunately, we don't have a letter or anything from your son for you.
Hmm.
And so he's feeling down about it. And it just so happens to be his birthday. Cora, along with one of the other characters, they surprise him with um, meeting his son and family
Okay.
on his birthday. I just so happen to be married to his son, and we have a son. We have a son, so he meets his son's family on his birthday.
Okay. So you're actually playing an adult,
A full on
a
adult with
full
a
on adult.
child.
You're right.
It happened. It took me 10 years, but we're here. It's
We
great.
we are here now. We are here now. Yes.
but I
That
but will I play a child if I need to? We'll see.
I mean, listen, I feel like if the story, I feel like if the storyline is good, it meets what your standards are, and also I feel like if it fits, I feel like, hey, why not? I mean, you still have the ability to do that, so I mean that's a blessing within itself. Listen,
No, I'm
if
grateful.
if Disney Channel calls you and says you need to play 17 years old, I need Erinn Marie to be there.
Correct. Correct. I will play 17 through 30. They can see my whole progression. They can makeup artist me all the way through.
I love that.
I'm
Listen,
with it.
I'm with that. So we start off with the beginning series.
Yes.
We see your character in, high school, graduating, going to college.
I
Maybe take a
know.
little
Yes.
maybe take a little break. We reboot it. You
hmm
come back as the adult. There you go.
I don't see, and they ain't got to cast two actors.
Period.
I saved y'all money.
Uh, I feel like we gave them a game plan here.
We did. They have all the tools they need. My line is open.
I love it. I love that so much. Okay, so Aaron, if
Yes.
people, well, one more question,
hmm
because I want to end with this encouraging notes, of course, for people who may be watching and or listening, who want to get into the industry. What advice can you give someone that wants to become an actress or an actor, and they want to get into the entertainment business?
Um, I could say I always say this. If you're called to this industry, there's a place for you because this is a calling. For one, you should feel called. Just like I hate this. I don't want people to think this is any, but this is similar to like being in ministry. Your storytelling. If that's a pull for you, there's a place for you. So the first thing is to have the calling. Don't There's no other reason to do this other than a calling, because that none of I've seen Hollywood, the Hollywood Walk of Fame is nothing but some concrete in the ground.
Mm,
That's not a that's not a goal. A goal is changing the lives of people being able to see themselves on screen and on stage. That is important. So I want to say that first. So if your heart is right and you've accepted the calling, the next thing is to do is to see what works best for you as far as learning the craft. I don't think anybody should be married to a certain style, but like for me, I'm a hands-on learner. So me just being on set, me learning different learning front of the camera and behind the camera was very beneficial to me. So if you're a hands-on visual learner, I would suggest being that type of person. If you are a person who does like to read, immerse yourself in um, reading books of actors. Um, Classes, do what works for you as far as classes are concerned. But I would learn all aspects of being able to learn your craft and live life. Don't One thing that a very prominent actress, working actress, Charmin Lee. She gave me some very good advice. It sounds cool to have the Tyler Perry story of, you slept in your car until you made it, but Charmin Lee told me, when I told her I wanted to be a full-time actress, she looked at me and she said, "Girl, keep the lights on." So do what you
Mm.
got to do to keep the lights on while you're learning. So if you need a job, get a job. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not a plan B. That is you investing into your career. That paycheck is an investment into your career.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Yes, people need to hear that because again, we're in because just to tie it to another note, like I said, when it comes to like I talked about this before, right? With entrepreneurship, right? When
Yes.
there's this thing out there, and I don't know why this is silly to me. Like people say, like you're not a true entrepreneur if you have a 9 to 5 or if you have another job to supplement that. And I think that's ridiculous. That's crazy work to me. And like you said, it's like even the same thing with being in the entertainment business. Let's be real. Real life bills are not trying to hear "I have a dream." They don't care about your Martin Luther King speech. They're not trying to
No,
hear that.
no,
So, like you
no.
said,
That's for your prayer closet.
yes, yeah, yes, 1,000%. So yeah, I listen when I'm gonna tell my story real quick and then we'll close it out.
Yes, yes,
Um,
no problem.
I was doing I was working at the station the first time. The new station I'm at now. I was working there the first time. My contract ended. I said I'm gonna do this thing. I'm gonna do full filmmaking full time. I was like, this is my time to do it. I did it, and
Yes,
I was out there, and, and I was doing good. Um, but then real life started to hit for real, and it was like, okay, I got to the point for me I got tired of having to say, "Hey, can I borrow this amount of money? Can I borrow this? I'll pay you back when." Da 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 da. And I was like, "No, I don't want to." My family didn't say this, but I started feeling like I was a burden on my family. I didn't want that anymore. So I was
yes,
like, "Okay."
yes,
When God opened that door for me to return to the news station under a new position, God was like, swallow your pride and walk through that door. This is something I opened
yes,
for you. And
yes,
when I tell you it was the best decision I ever made because not only am I still able to still be creative and do other things, I have income coming in and I'm not having to worry about okay what I need to do to pay this bill. You know what I'm saying?
yes.
I got something for that that's happening. And like you said, I'm still able to still be
Correct.
a creative and do all the things, you know?
Yes, yes, with less stress. And I mean, I did assisted living while I was working.
Hmm.
I took the days off I needed. By the grace of God, I had a flexible job who they were happy for me,
Yeah.
and I came right back, and I clocked after the show aired. I was clocked in working when it came on.
Yeah.
so so it's one of those things we just it's not a they're all investments. So yeah,
Yeah.
I commend you even for going back and taking that door when it opened again.
Yeah. And I just want people that's listening and or watching, there is no shame in having to, okay, have to get that job. That does not mean you don't have any faith. That does not
Right.
mean that at all. Like you said, you are investing into what you're trying to, what you want to accomplish for your ultimate future.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
It's a bridge. It's a
yeah,
bridge.
yes, absolutely, absolutely. I was about to say something else. Oh, that phrase you said.
Mhm.
Say it again. The calling phrase. Say that again. If
Yes,
it's
if you're called to this industry, there's a place for you.
yes, if there's a call, there's a place. I like that.
Yes.
I'm gonna put a shirt on. I'm gonna put on a shirt. I'm gonna
I'm
say I'm gonna put Erinn Marie because
with it.
I like that. I
I'm
like
with
that.
it.
That's so so good. That's good. I hope people that again, I hope y'all are really receiving those nuggets because that's really good. Because again, it's like sometimes you get to a place where you can get discouraged and you want to give up. If you know this is something that you want to do that you're like you said you're called to do, but things aren't exactly lining up how you think they should be lining up. And with that,
Yes.
with your phrase, like with that phrase that you said, if you're called to this, then there is a place for you. So you just have to just continue to walk in that, continue to walk by faith, and continue to put that action behind that faith.
Yes. 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 It's all, and that is the end goal. It's not to stay any place forever.
Hmm.
It's not to stay in, I'm that's not, it's not a final destination that you're, oh, okay, well, I've arrived here, I arrived there. No, you're always discovering. I
Hmm.
plan on doing this, just like you see a Denzel or a Julia Roberts. They didn't retire. They're just, it's just something else. Like,
Yeah.
I'm chilling until the next role
Yeah.
that that excites me, that brings me life, meaning, whatever the case may be. It's not about awards anymore. It's never been about that in the first place. It's all about, hey, this is what I'm called to do, and what story am I telling this time?
Yeah. Speaking of awards, real quick, I know we didn't win that night, but it was cool that we got to hang out in LA. That was dope. I
Yeah,
forgot to talk.
yeah,
That was
yeah. The HAPA Awards.
yeah,
Yeah,
that was fun.
yeah,
We had a good time hanging
yeah.
out, hanging out. The group we got to go to the award show together. It was a long night, but it was it was
We was a family that night. Well, let me tell you something. We came together on one accord. We walked that red carpet with our heads held high. What a night. And then we got tacos and watched Insecure. It was beautiful.
yeah. That was the overall experience of us being together for me
Yes,
was the best part of the
that
night.
was the
Well,
whole thing. Yeah.
that's what we're gonna say.
That's
Yes,
that's all we hey, but that's all we need to talk about. All the internals stay internal.
absolutely. If you know, you know.
Correct.
Well, Erinn, again, thank you so much for talking with me. It was so great to see. We said
You
that we have not
too.
seen each other in a long time, so this is great.
Very. Yes, yes. This was a pleasure. Of course, as long as schedules align, you can always call me for anything.
I appreciate it. Like I said, I definitely want to, as I'm slowly getting back into things.
Sure.
I definitely if I write something, I'd say I know Aaron that would align with what Aaron wants to do. I'm definitely gonna hit you up for sure.
I appreciate that. And I mean, of course, I'm always a fan, always loving everything that you do. You are putting forth good work, and you've made your place in this industry, and you're leaving a legacy.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate
You
that.
are. You
Thank
are.
you.
You are. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. That means a lot. That
Mhm.
definitely means a lot. Well, I'm proud of you too. It's
Thank you.
great to see people that you have had the pleasure of working with like continue to climb. And I think this is dope seeing you do that. You're doing it. So that's dope.
Thank you so much. And I do want to say this very quickly. I know we said we were going to end a few times, but I just want to thank
That's
you
I'm about to say
also.
that's black folk. That's
It is. Before I go, you know what I'm saying? We just standing at the door talking for another 30 minutes. But I'm not gonna make it that long. But I do want to thank you on camera. Also, I was very unproven. Like I said before, I'd had one line on a short film before I started doing anything VPN. You threw me in there, you believed in me, and you allowed me to work and build up my resume, um to be a reoccurring guest star on a web series, all those things without any credits. Really, I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank
You're
you. Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you. Wouldn't be here without you.
I okay, okay, we're not doing this. We're not.
feel your feelings. I just felt like I had to tell you
No,
that on camera because literally,
I
yeah.
appreciate that, and I'm grateful. I always say that I want to be the beacon for people, who don't get these opportunities, and I want to be the person that helps get them to wherever they're trying to go. So I appreciate you for saying that. And all we can do is just thank God for it all. So
Yes, 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 yes,
yeah. But all right,
yes,
everybody. We thank you all for joining us. This has been another great
yes.
episode. And until next time, this is VPN Chat, and we'll see you on the flip side. Peace.
Bye. Thank y'all for having me.